Herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Rätselmann-Video. Geil! Wieder eins am Start. Wir checken heute die großen Emu Wars oder den großen Emu War von Australien ab. Sehr gespannt, man hat es schon mal gehört, es gab irgendeinen Krieg mit Emus und Menschen. WTF, was ging da ab? Das finden wir jetzt raus. Viel Spaß bei dem Video, ich küsse euch. Let's go.
This is Australia. For the man who imagines being strangled by a tarantula while a kangaroo breaks his kneecaps and thinks, yes please. For the man who pictures himself being eaten by a snake in the burning outback while eating a Vegemite sandwich and thinks, yes please. And that man was...
Aber ist schon ne? Australien ist schon ein abgefucktes Land, was die an Thematieren da haben und sowas. Das wäre geil für mich, Jungs. Also das wäre wirklich nix. Ich würde mir derart einscheißen. Guck mal, das Ding, okay, Schlangen und so alles, fuck it. Ich würde es noch, es ist eklig und man kriegt es irgendwie hin. Aber zu wissen, die Viecher, die bringen dich halt auch einfach mit einem Biss um, wenn die Bock haben. Nee. Und dann pennst du so in deinem Bett, wachst morgen auf, weil man hockt dich so eine Spinne. Ciao, Digga.
Governor Arthur Phillip, who landed in eastern Australia in 1788, presumably saw a dingo being eaten by a crocodile, being eaten by a death adder, being eaten by a koala, being eaten by Mel Gibson, and thought to himself, yes. Good. Now I know what you're thinking.
True. Warum haben die überhaupt Australien besiedelt in the first place, wenn es da so abgefuckt ist, ne?
Buy! Man, this is great. The market will continue to grow forever. But what if it doesn't? Oh crap, I never thought of that. Sell! And the stock market crashed, which led to economic downturn, which meant any money, which led to more economic downturn, which meant everyone stopped buying stuff, which led to more economic downturn. And hey, what if all the crops in the Great Plains were destroyed in a drought and then a big dust storm engulfed the area? That's right, more economic downturn. And in an effort to combat the crisis, America began imposing tariffs on foreign imports, which made the economic downturn go global, and the earth got really depressed. But one nation that was hit harder than most by the whole affair, Australia. The problem for Australia was that it relied heavily on its export industries, and in the current economic climate, no one was buying. To make things worse, Australia had introduced its own currency and pegged it onto the gold standard via the British pound. But then the UK started messing with its own peg on the gold standard, and if this is starting to sound confusing, then let me oversimplify it for you. Hey,
Ja, also ich komme gerade nicht so richtig mit, aber er erklärt's ja jetzt.
UK, looks like my car is broken down. Want to give me a tow? No problem, friend. I got you.
Okay, jetzt habe ich es besser verstanden. Dankeschön.
More economic downturn. The point I'm trying to make is things weren't good, and in particular, it was Australia's farmers that were suffering most. After the First World War, Australia had given returning veterans land for farming, but with the current economic crisis, the farmers just weren't making enough money, and many left to go find work in the cities. But for those who remained, things were about to get even worse. Before we get
Alter, okay, das war geil geschnitten, Digga. Das müssen wir nochmal schauen. Things were about to get even worse. Boom!
Things were about to get even worse. Before we get into that, it's time for...
Der sieht ein bisschen aus wie Brandon.
Some cultural exchange. My national bird is the bald eagle. It's a strong patriotic symbol of America and a deeply valued and protected species. My national bird is the peafowl. It's a beautiful creature whose vivid...
Was ist der Nationalvogel von Deutschland eigentlich? Also ist es auch unser Adler? Und wenn ja, was ist für ein Tier in echt? Schwarzadler oder so? Schwarzkopfadler?
Colors represent India, so we list it as a protected...
Adler, einfach irgendein Adler, irgendeiner. Alle Adler.
...species. My national bird is the emu, and it's a pest. Also bloody delicious. Emus, 6 feet tall, 90 to 120 pounds, and able to run at speeds up to 40 miles per hour, usually return to the coast after their breeding season. But suddenly they found Western Australia full of lush, wet farmland. Oh my, look at all this delicious wheat that just so happens to be growing here in large quantities. Hey guys, get a load of this. You know, look at all this delicious wheat that just so happens to be
Also ist natürlich jetzt ein bisschen unchillig, wenn du jetzt ein Farmer bist und es ist eh schon gerade wirtschaftlich komplett alles im Arsch und dann kommen halt noch die Emus und sagen halt, yo, what's up, Digga, we're here now, hey.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Oh yeah, hey, who left this big hole in the fence? Guys, get a load of this. Oh wow.
Was könnte der Hase nicht auch einfach da sonst unten durchlaufen? Ich sehe.
what a lovely morning for some farming. What? Those damned emus, they have it in for me. They're bullies. They're nothing but bullies. Calm down, Bruce. They're just animals. It's not personal. Hey, Farmer Bruce, where did you find that hat? The toilet?
Ey, das Video ist ja voll geil gemacht. Ey, das Video ist richtig geil gemacht, WTF.
Yes. 20,000 emus cost the already struggling farmers millions more pounds in lost crops and damages. The situation couldn't continue like this. Something had to be done. So in 1932, the farmers turned to the government for help. You'd think they'd go to the Minister of Agriculture, but these farmers said no. This is a job for the military. So they went to George Pierce, the Minister of Defense. That's right. Australia was to go to war.
Der sah stylisch aus, Digga. Der Typ sind styled out aus, Digga. Der ist krass. Der hatte auch eine Schnurrbartphase, aber dem ist die Schnurrbartphase ein bisschen besser gelaufen als bei mir.
The Minister of Defense. That's right. Australia was to go to war with the emus. But not everyone was happy with the idea. This is barbaric. We can't go slaughtering thousands of our own national bird. Oh, come on, guys. The machine guns will make it quick and painless. Machine guns? You're using machine guns?
Oh, fuck.
This is animal cruelty. Look, I know it's unusual, but it's not like we're poachers turning the birds into feather hats. Think of the benefits. It'll be good target practice for our boys. The government can show it took action. Plus, I can get myself a nice new feather hat.
Okay, also basically war das so ein krasses Problem, dass die Farmer sich an den Verteidigungsminister gewandt haben und der gesagt hat, yo, wir fangen jetzt halt an, die Viecher abzuknallen. Straight up.
Did I say feather hat? I meant I want to gather chat with you about getting you all some nice new feather hats. Did I say feather hats? I meant I want to wage terror at these emus and turn them all into feather hats. Damn it. Of course, Pierce first made the farmers sign an agreement saying that they would pay for the whole thing and that Pierce wouldn't take any of the blame if the operation, that was clearly very stupid, turned out to indeed be stupid. And the operation
Aber smart, als den Vertrag macht.
went ahead. Major G.P.W. Meredith and his men were sent with 2 Lewis machine guns to hunt down and take out the evil emu population in Western Australia. Target spotted. Well, was it an emu? No, sir. It's an emo. Damn it, Jones.
Oops.
Learn your vowels. I'm sorry. Okay, it looks like the humans are coming for us. But check this
I'm sorry.
out. I've come up with an amazing plan. See if you can follow me here, okay? When they approach, we run away. Sir, you're a genius. Pierce sent the camera crew along with the machine gunners to capture some good old propaganda for the government. And the first battle took place in November at Campion. The men spotted a mob of emus from a distance, so they set up their guns and opened fire. The emus split up into smaller groups and ran in every direction. The men were only able to kill what they called a number of birds, but the vast majority got away.
Ja gut, die sind halt einfach schnell, ne? Die können einfach wegrennen, so.
Cut! Surprisingly, many of the emus were able to take multiple bullets, but still run at full speed to safety, causing Meredith to compare them to tanks, saying if we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. Okay, we need to
Krass, also die Emus können, die kannst du anschießen mehrmals und die können trotzdem Vollgas wegrennen, ne? Krasse Viecher.
get closer. No, you idiots, not to me, to the emus. Oh, sorry. No. I like it. So next, they tried sneaking up on a large number
Hey, dieses Video ist voll geil gemacht. Ich lieb den Typ jetzt schon.
of emus near a local dam and firing at short range. Maybe the men were just unlucky, but my professional opinion says the emus were magic because both guns jammed after just 12 emus were killed, and once again, the rest got away. Cut!
Alter,
The men
die Emos haben schon 2 Schlachten gewonnen, Digga. WTF.
Feeling a little humiliated after losing to a pack of discount ostriches, so they decided to move further south, where the emus were said to be tamer. And this time, they had a new strategy. Okay, Jones, here's the plan. You mount the machine gun in the back, I'll chase the emus, you shoot. Got it? Got it.
Die Animation ist zu geil.
I'm gonna shove that camera up your... The operation was a fiasco, and the press had a field day. In Parliament, Pierce was lambasted, and an opposition party member suggested that medals should be handed out to the emus, who had won every round so far. Pierce, feeling quite humiliated, called the operation off, but 4 days later the farmers approached again and said, "Hey man, the emus are still eating all our crops. Can you send the army back out here?" And Pierce was like,
aber actually, warum schickt er denn nur so wenig Leute? Also ich meine jetzt mal, die Idee ist dumm und ich finde es auch, also das ist absolut bescheuert, die halt abzuknallen. So, aber whatever. Wenn man sagt, man will das jetzt machen, ja, und die Armee ist doch eh da oder so, dann schickt doch einfach 200 Mann dahin. Also, dann, wisst ihr, wie ich meine? Warum schickt man denn da 5 Leute hin dann? Also das ist halt auch, das verstehe ich halt auch einfach nicht.
"Yeah, okay." So the operation was back on for round 2. And this time Meredith and his men had learned the emus' guerrilla tactics and were much more successful, with reports suggesting the men were cutting down 300 emus every week. "I hope you boys are getting great footage of this. What on earth are you filming?" Despite the success, the media had lost interest in the whole thing. But with 1,000 emus killed, Pierce finally ended the operation and returned to Parliament declaring victory for the humans. So there were 20,000 emus out there destroying crops, and you've killed 1,000. Meaning there's still 19,000 emus out there. Yep. And in addition, you've burned through 10,000 rounds of ammunition. Meaning you wasted 10 rounds per confirmed kill. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one for the emus.
Holy shit, ey. Überleg mal, im Durchschnitt 10 Bullets pro getötetes Emu. Wahnsinn. Ja, aber ganz ehrlich, das war wirklich eine dumme Aktion so. Von 20k runter auf 19k und also.
At least I got a feather hat. What? So in the end, the emus won the Great Emu War of 1932, and the emus continued to wreak havoc on the farmers for years to come. The government introduced a bounty system, which saw some success. But for a moment, let's take some time to remember the brave men who said goodbye to their families and risked their lives to take on the great, evil emu population in Western Australia. But even more importantly, let's think of the friends they made, the bond they created, and the memories they shared.
The fuck? Halt dein Maul.
To golden fields and sights of days gone by.
Geil.
It's where the heart lies with stories on.
Hey, guys, I solved the emu crisis. Really? How? I just made some better fences.
Ey Leute, das Video war richtig krass, hat mir richtig gut gefallen. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, dann lasst doch mal einen Daumen nach oben da. Dann lasst doch mal ein Kommi da. Dann lasst doch mal ein gottverdammtes Abo da, Leute. Das kostet kein Geld. Jeder Schwabe würde sofort draufklicken. Seid mal ein bisschen mehr wie Schwaben. Das ist auch der Hashtag der Woche. Ich wäre gerne ein Schwabe. Naja, ich fange hier mit einem Abo auf diesem Kanal an. Freunde, das war's von mir. Ich küsse euch bis zum nächsten Video. Ciao.